Hey, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
You asking the wrong person the wrong question.
Did Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Pop, he ghosting.
What the f*** is this motherfucker doing?
How much I appreciate Puff Dad.
Do what the f*** I told you to do.
You won't believe what is happening with Diddy. Remember when he was living the high life? Well, honey, things have changed. He's now singing a different song from behind bars, and the tea is hot. Diddy's fancy phone has become the ultimate snitch, spilling secrets faster than a spilt drink at the club. Are you ready to hear what the public has to say about this fallen king?
This is allegedly a phone call from Diddy in prison, and wow.
What up? Yo, listen. Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over from the pizza.
What does that mean? I mean, he's clearly talking in code. All the leftover pizza boxes, no idea what that means.
Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Damn.
Did Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Pop,
Jay-Z?
he ghosting.
This motherfucker doing? These things tweeting out because I'm in here.
It's all good, you about to get out on bail.
Hey yo, check this out. Need you to reach out to the producer. Let these motherfuckers know there's a release date for that new Netflix movie.
Alright, Pop, it's just...
Recall when Diddy was living his best life, sipping the best bubbly and hosting parties that made the Gatsby look like a backyard barbecue. This was when Diddy was all about the Ciroc and caviar. More glitter than a jewelry store window, private aircraft for breakfast runs, and yachts larger than your flat. Diddy was the king of excess, and everyone wanted a piece of that pie. However, the way the powerful fell from grace was like a plot twist in one of those messy reality shows. 1 minute he was on top of the world, and the next he was trading in his designer suits for an orange jumpsuit. Imagine Diddy relaxing in his mansion, probably planning his next big move, when the feds showed up, and they weren't there to party, if you understand what I mean. The new who's hit the industry like a ton of bricks, and phones were blowing up faster than Diddy's legal team was attempting to contain the damage. You wouldn't believe how his famous friends responded. Some of them ghosted him more quickly than your ex after you caught them cheating, while others were out here trying to distance themselves as if Diddy had the plague or something. However, a few people stood by him, probably hoping they weren't involved in whatever mess he got into. Everyone, from A-ster to D-listers, was up in their group chats trying to figure out what went down. The streets were buzzing honey and the tea was scalding.
Y'all stay quiet as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh.
Dang. He's basically saying, we gonna have the last laugh. We're gonna start dropping names. We're gonna start dropping footage. I don't even know what that meant.
What about all these lawsuits, though, Pop?
Ain't none of them G. I ain't worth nothing. Ain't got shit in my name anyway. Don't even worry about it. Bunch of money hungry chicks and shit.
I'm about to drop a new track this week. Everybody gonna want to hear what my sound like.
Man, we not doing that shit. Y'all need to stay quiet.
Pop, I could rap, though. You got attention right now.
Man, just do what the I told you to do. And don't forget about the list.
The
Make sure
list?
that shit is fine.
Wait, the list? That's allegedly a leaked prison call. I mean, a lot of it sounds like it's in code, especially about the pizza boxes, yada yada yada, the recycling. I don't know. I have no words. You guys believe in this? Real, fake, AI? I mean, AI is so powerful now. Things are out of control with that, so who knows? But there you go.
Now, let me tell you what actually happened. The feds weren't fooling around. They charged Diddy with severe crimes, including sexual assault, sex trafficking, and other offenses. It seems as though they opened a Pandora's box and revealed all of Diddy's dark secrets. As it turns out, the glitz and glitter were a front for some serious, sinister information, and the authorities had been assembling evidence for months. They gathered evidence as if they were piecing together the most complicated puzzle in the world, and when they finally took action, it was like watching an empire fall apart in real time. But the worst part is that this arrest is only the beginning, honey. What they actually discovered on Diddy's phone, we're talking about receipts, messages, and enough to bury half of Hollywood. was like that tiny device turned into a snitch who revealed all the secrets. Diddy believed he had passed away, but I can assure you that this drama is far from over. There is a new twist every day. It's like watching a train crash in slow motion, and we can't take our eyes off it. Another revelation has us all gripping our pearls. This ride is going to get even bumpier. The champagne has gone flat, the caviar has spoilt, and Diddy is learning that when you're at the top, the only way left to go is down in Chile. He's staying harder than a drunk uncle at the family reunion. Stay tuned because this tea is just starting to brew, and you know I'll be here to spill every last rock. The fall from grace is real, and Diddy is going from popping bottles to facing the gavel.
He has to do that because no company wants to do business with somebody who is being accused, have allegations against them for sexual misconduct and deviant behavior. Nobody wants to do business with that. All the shareholders, it ain't nothing that he's giving up. They like, yo, listen, give me that. They said, they did a Diddy. Take that. You understand? They're gonna take that from him. The shareholders is gonna say, yo, listen to me. We all gonna pull out. No Diddy. But we all gonna pull out our shares and everything if you don't give up what you have in the company.
Did you see that video that went viral of Diddy pacing around the airport after his houses got raided?
I seen that video. And I seen that look in his face before. You understand? When he was with the same gang and Mike Owens, AKA Mike Cox, everybody could tell it, D. Ferg did a collection for him because he didn't know how he was gonna pay his rent and he didn't know how he was going to pay his rent, child support, and his car note, because he had one of those drop-top cabarets, Volkswagens. So Mike gave $5,000. I wasn't giving him nothing. I'm just telling you right now. D was just collecting money for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, we got to make sure because he want to kill himself. He gonna kill himself. Diddy had that pace and he had that look in his face that he know something may be wrong or they may have something on him. Because they took things out of there. We may not have seen what they took, but they had bags and boxes of stuff that they took out of there. So he knows, he's getting a play-by-play of what's going on. And even back then, doing that City College, when he was fired from Uptown Records, he was making statements about doing himself. He had that same look in his face.
Yeah, he looked worried, man. I'm not gonna lie, for a split second, man, I felt bad for him. For a split second, but yeah.
Like, everybody, I get all kind of hate mail, IGs, talking about that I'm trying to take a black man down. No. I went through every step you supposed to go through when you got a problem, you got a situation, you got an issue with a man. You understand? I get in contact with him. Went to mutual friends.
Hold on, honey. You think you've heard it all. We're only just getting started. Do you recall how he always carried that expensive phone in his hand? It turns out that the fancy little gadget wasn't just for selfies and Twitter feeds. It has more secrets than a confessional booth on Saturday night. Are you prepared for what's about to come out? Let me explain. When the feds came to get him, they weren't just after his designer clothes and bling. No, they had their sights set on something much more valuable, his shiny little phone. He and the girl won the lottery, and the phone didn't just become evidence. It became the star witness in this whole messy situation. Now, I know what you're thinking, but let me tell you that it's not just about some shady DNS or spicy texts. There are rumors circulating that are more outrageous than a night out with the Real Housewives. Some people are whispering about secret recordings that could make even the most scandalous reality show look tame. Others are saying that there is a whole contacts list of people who might be sweating bullets right now, wondering if their names are going to come up, and the financial tea is hotter than the summer sidewalk. The streets are claiming that this phone is like a digital diary of all Diddy's day money transfers and offshore accounts that would embarrass a Wall Street banker.
Let's sit down and talk. What you did to Wolf's mother wasn't right, bruh. You don't talk to her like that. If Wolf was alive, he'd take your head off. You understand? Try to talk to him. People, when they start getting in this power, certain positions, have certain amount of money, they don't look back. Some of them don't look back and don't think they have to come back to the people that helped them get to those positions. You understand? I don't care what nobody say. You understand? If somebody helps you and use their ability and their talents to help you get in position and get to certain places and do certain things, you come back. And you make sure things is all right. You don't disrespect people's mothers. You don't disrespect your friends that took their money to make sure you was all right when you was wrong, when you was messed up. You don't do that, brother. So by him doing the things that he did and taking the avenue that he took, he's suffering the consequence, and I don't feel bad for him at all. Because people was trying to talk to him. People was trying to tell him. You couldn't pull him by the coat and let him know anything. You understand? They messed up the game, brother. When he put that shit out with them, money, power, respect, it ain't never been like that. It ain't never been like that. You got your respect in the street that gave you your power, that brought you your money. Totally different thing. He let that money, power, and respect go to his head, but he had it ass backwards. So do I care what happened? Nah. He got enough money to buy his way out of this. So we think.
So when you look at that video of him pacing around and he's looking worried, and you knowing him, do you think it's possible that he might commit suicide?
When you're a narcissist, there's always a possibility because you're suffering. But I don't think that he could see himself in a cage. I don't think he could see himself behind those bars in those type of situations. It's too many real dudes that dislike him. But then again, there's a lot of real dudes that need help. And him being behind bars, he could probably help them.
This phone might have the secret to opening a hole, and it's not just about Diddy anymore. Secrets about celebrities. A Pandora's box. Let's speak about what this means for Diddy's case, honey. It's a game changer. It's like 6 degrees of separation, but make it scandalous. One name leads to another, and before you know it, half of Hollywood might be involved in this disaster. It's difficult to play innocent when your own phone is spying on you, so kids' lawyers are probably exhausted trying to come up with a story. This small gadget could mean the difference between Diddy getting away with it or having to trade in his expensive suits for prison orange for a very long time. But here's the joke. The tea that has already been leaked is only the appetizer. The main course is still on the way and will be hotter than your grandmother's secret hot sauce recipe. We haven't even reached the most shocking part yet. We're discussing revelations that have the potential to upend the entertainment business and cause careers to end. What is the phone actually saying? Rumor has it that it has some pretty damning evidence about those trafficking and assault allegations. We're talking about dates, places, and names that match the victims' stories. Empires could fall because of one small phone that couldn't keep a secret. It seems as though Diddy's phone was recording a journal of all the chaos, and now that journal is being read aloud for everyone to hear. However, this is only the beginning. Every day it seems like a new bombshell is dropped. What else could be on that phone? Who else could be drawn into this drama? And most importantly, how deep does this rabbit hole go? One thing is certain though, this isn't over by a long shot, so stay tuned because the tea is still brewing, and you know I'll be here to serve it hot.
Claims that in 1997, Diddy raped him. I know it. He raped a grown ass man. Yeah, he was a bartender. He said, and I don't want people to think that I think that's funny, but the shit is funny. He said it's sad. He said that he was invited to a party and it was girls there, it was guys there. Things got freaky. You understand? He's a bartender. He said that he was drinking Jim Beam and Diddy brought him a drink over. And then Diddy told him, I put a little something extra in there. And he said, I'm sorry, man. He said he woke up butt naked with his thong gone. No, he didn't say that, bro. But he said he woke up and Diddy told him he had him. He said he went. He said he went. He filed a report, but they threw it up under the cops swept it up under the rug and everything like that. So he was suing Diddy and everything like that. So he said that Diddy came to the jail and said that, hey, I'll give you $2.3 million or something like that, or 23. I don't know if it's 2.3 or $23 million to make this go away. We'll leave this alone the whole 9 yards. Just like I just said, he's trying to pay people off to make things go away, for them to drop their suits and everything like that. You know what I mean? And if he does that, they civil suit.
We're going to find out who of Diddy's list friends are real, ride or die, and who is ghosting more quickly than you can say indictment. You thought that phone was leaking all the tea, Charlie, but that was only the appetizer. Some of these CV replies will make you clutch your pearls, honey, as the streets are talking. For a moment, let's talk about Diddy's entourage. He had more well-known friends than you could shake a diamond-encrusted stick at, including Hollywood royalty and music moguls. His parties were like the Who of the entertainment industry, and if you weren't on his guest list, you might as well have been invisible. However, now that he's trading champagne flutes for plastic cups, it seems like someone hit the eject button on half of this friend list loyalty. Please, some of these are separating themselves more quickly than you can say they're receiving negative publicity. It's like they're playing a game of hot potato with Diddy's reputation, and nobody wants to get burned. Word on the street is that some of Diddy's closest pals are suddenly too busy to take his calls. Remember all those Instagram pics with arms around shoulders and captions about family? Well, those same folks are not acting like they barely know the man. It's giving new phone who disc energy, and it's not a good look. But here's where it gets really juicy. That phone of Diddy's is not just spilling tea about him. Some celebs are shaking in their love bobbin because their names might pop up too. We're talking about potential receipts for all sorts of scandalous behavior. Suddenly, everyone's trying to remember if they ever said anything stupid in a text to Diddy. It's like a game of Russian roulette, but with reputation ruining revelations. Now, not everyone's jumping ship. A few brave souls are actually standing by their man. They're out here making statements, visiting him, and basically telling the world they're not afraid of a little controversy. It makes others wonder if they are just devoted pals or if they know something we don't. In any case, it's a brave move in a field where reputation is everything.
Drop them, make them go away. What would it take? So this particular dude said that Diddy was trying to sell properties and sell things and stop him from getting his money, and I didn't understand that. But the judge found some validity in what he was saying and said, yo, I'm gonna give you a 90-day restraining order against him from selling anything until you get all your paperwork in correct, because Diddy was served in the whole 9 yards. And as it was said that Diddy and his representative did come to the jail. So if the guy didn't have no lawsuit, if the guy wasn't, if his stuff wasn't truthful, why would they entertain it? The judge entertained it, Diddy lawyers them entertain it, and Diddy entertained it. So it may be some truth to it. But this dude is raping grown men. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we can laugh at it, but it sounds like it's true. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and he did go to prison, and he offered the inmate $2.3 million to settle the case. So
that's what the paperwork said, and the judge must have thought he had some validity into what he was saying. What the judge do? He granted him the restraint from Diddy selling the properties until the dudes get his paperwork and everything in.
You heard about Diddy law firm breaking ties with him and Miami Beach taking his day away?
Well, all the things that happened to Diddy, and he losing friends, companies, cities, city names, city girls. I think he should become an altar boy for TD Jakes and give his and let TD Jakes, put some hands on him and probably save himself and save his soul. I think that's what he should do. I think that he should really consider getting into the church. Yo, listen here, man. Do like Russell Simmons. I don't think they have a charge like that over in Bali.
Afterward, there are the unexpected elements. It's a masterclass in celebrity damage control, and everyone is taking notes. But here's the gag. Some celebrities you would expect to flee are actually stepping up, while others who have been riding Diddy's coattails for years are suddenly acting as though they never met the man. Let's talk about the writer's death. There aren't many true friends who are willing to weather the storm with Diddy. They're the ones making those innocent until proven guilty statements and sending their prayers, but even they're walking a tightrope trying to support their friend without getting caught in the crossfire. This celebrity drama is only getting started. There are still more stories to tell, and some of these friends from Fairweather are worried about who will be the next to be implicated, whose career will suffer, and most importantly, who will be left standing by Diddy when it's all over. Stay tuned, because this celebrity friend or F saga is far from over. The tea is still steeping, and it will only get hotter from this point on.
I believe it when I see it in the court documents. I believe it when I see it, on court television. I believe it. I believe it, bruh, because I don't believe it. I don't believe not 120 people, bruh. They just opening the floodgates. This is crazy, bruh. 120 people. I don't believe it, man. First and foremost, they would have to do a lot of interviews and interrogations on these people. Talk with them when, where, why, how. Do you ever think he ever gonna have a hearing? Is he ever gonna go to court? You know how long it would take to interview 120 people on a essay case? That's a lot of interviewing, bro. That's not happening. There's no way in this earth that that they say 120 people was victimized by this dude. It's no way. I don't believe it. They probably don't believe it. I think they just opened the floodgates or something like that. How did they get 120 people to come forward this quick?
He didn't really go into detail like that. He just said that it was 120 people, including minors. But he did say one of the minors gave Diddy fellatio.
Oh my God, man, listen here. And he trying to get bail, he trying to come home? Nah, If any of that is halfway true, bruh, I don't know what the hell to think. All I know is that there's no way in hell that they got 120 some people ready to come to court and sue them. Listen, what they're gonna do? A class action lawsuit? They're gonna put them all together in one bundle and sue him, his companies, everything? Because they can't sue them individually. Because if you sue him, I don't think there's enough money to sue 120 people to sue him individually. So it's crazy that I just don't believe, bro. That's hard to fathom. 120 people that came forward outside the 50 people that was last week, or that's with?
Nah, this is one lawyer with 120 people.
So that's 170 people all together, bro. It's no way. It can't be that much sexual assault in the world. It's no way. What was that? Who was one of the mass of all time? He outdid Jack the Ripper. He outdid Jack the Ripper, man. The Boston Strangler. He just don't have no bodies that we know about. That's crazy, man. I don't believe that, Mighty. I really don't. I don't think that you can legitimately get 120 people to say that Sean John Combs molested them. I don't believe that.
It's like watching a game of Monopoly where the banks are vying for all the properties. But here's the joke. We've been so engrossed in Diddy's drama that we nearly forgot about his actual billion-dollar empire gal. What if Diddy had a secret weapon? Rumor has it that some significant chess moves are taking place behind the scenes, and they have the power to create or ruin the bad boy legend. Let us dissect it. We're talking about Syro Vodka right now, and Diddy's empire is more unstable than a Jenga tower. Shan John apparel more business endeavors than you can count on two hands. Together with Revolt TV on Thanksgiving, this man was a baper and had his hands in more pies, but now it's like watching that empire fall apart faster than a sandcastle at high tide. Diddy is being hit in the wallet by the arrest and all of this phone drama, and brands are fleeing in an attempt to distance themselves as quickly as possible. Negative publicity, nobody is aware of the spoiler, but it's like watching a live game of who wants to be associated with the potential criminal. However, this is where things get interesting since Diddy's squad isn't simply sitting around doing nothing but people. We're whispering about some crazy damage management plan. It's like watching a high-stakes game of reputation Tetris, trying to fit all the pieces together before the game is done. PR moves are so cunning that they make a politician blush, and there are rumors that they're working overtime to recover what they can of VI's image.
But you talking about somebody saying that he sexually assaulted them. What do they consider sexually assault? They had to go there and see and speak with the people and interview them and see if, they may consider some of that being consensual. They may think some of the people don't have a case. What if somebody say he touched my butt? He pat me on my butt. That could have been an accident. He brushed up against me. We don't know what these people are saying. On this one, bruh, I'm giving Puff the benefit of the doubt. I'm just giving him, I'm gonna throw it out the window. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't believe 120 people, he sexually assaulted 120 people. And they have these people as legitimate witness and legitimate cases against them. I'm gonna go with that, man.
Yeah, and the same lawyer, he came out with a hotline for the victims.
Oh, they got a hotline, bro.
Yeah, it's a hotline you can call.
I don't believe that shit. A hotline? My man, listen to me. Do they have a hotline or the federal government have a hotline? Because the federal government didn't have a hotline since FEMA. And nobody put a hotline out on the Catholic Church when the Catholic Church molested those little boys. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody put a hotline on a WWF when they was Vince McMahon and them was doing their thing to their co-workers and everything like that. They got a hotline on Diddy, man.
Yeah, it's a number out there. We can call it right now. I think I seen it on 50 page. You got your phone on you? We can call it right now.
I keep my phone on me. You don't go. That's like American Express. You don't leave home without your phone. What's the number, man?
1-800 200 7474.
How you get this number, bro?
No, it's online.
Your call may be recorded for call quality assurance purposes. Thank you for calling the Sean P. Diddy Abuse Helpline. This call is being recorded and your responses will be recorded exactly as you state them and reviewed by our staff and legal counsel. The information you provide is very important should you have a case. You may be asked to verify your responses by affidavit, so your complete honesty is crucial. If you agree to provide accurate information to the best of your knowledge under penalty of perjury, please press 1. Otherwise, please disconnect the phone call now.
Man, get out of here. Oh my God. My man, they didn't have a hotline for the Catholic priests, bro. That's crazy. But did they, oh my God, a hotline. No wonder they got 120 people. You gotta believe some of that shit is bogus, man. If they got a hotline, you know some of that shit is bogus. Yo, let me just tell you something, man. It's a lot of these girls, and now we know that it's men too, has been sexually assaulted by people in the music industry, in the movie industry, sports, just plain old life, bruh. You understand? And the police wouldn't charge or take the case in some of them. I know some individuals that they may have gotten drunk or something like that, and something like that happened, and the police wouldn't even take the case, which is crazy. You got stuff that happened to girls. I have girls calling me all the time saying certain of your favorite rappers have sexually assaulted them. Mom, what? They want to come on the show and do a tell-all. I say, Mom, my show ain't for that. I'm sorry. But if you need assistance, you need to go to the police and tell the police your story. I told them my story. They didn't believe me. And now that the floodgates is open up against Diddy, they got a 1-800 number. Cassidy got 30 million. Yo, people trying to get rich and get theirs, I guess. That's what it looked like to me. I don't believe 120 and plus 50 on top of that. That's 170 already.
So what do you think Diddy should do? You got all these people coming at you. They got a hotline for your victims.
I believe that old boy Diddy, he should pray that they offer him a plea agreement. And the only reason they're gonna offer him a plea agreement if they want somebody more important or more influential than he is. That's the only way they're gonna offer him something. Or he could tell them a story about somebody that could be proven that's way more important than he is, that can bring them down if the feds want them. This is the feds' ball game.
Let's now discuss potential future events. Diddy is the same man who went from selling newspapers to creating an empire. If anyone knows how to rise from the ashes, it's Diddy. There are rumors of possible comeback plans that would make a phoenix jealous. Could this be the end of Diddy as we know him? Some people say he's done completely, but don't write him off just yet, honey. We're talking about reinvention and rebranding everything. Some insiders are implying that it would be impossible to convert the plot from villain to hero by turning to philanthropy, while others are whispering about a documentary or tell-all book that might completely alter the story. The game is far from over behind the scenes. It's a completely different scenario. It's like watching a chess master plot their next move, honey. It's like watching a submarine operation. You can't see what's happening, but you know something big is happening. And just when you think you got it all figured out, there's always another twist. Diddy's team is moving quietly, but don't be fooled. There are rumors of secret meetings with investors, quiet negotiations with business partners, and some serious legal maneuvering. Will Diddy return stronger than ever? Or is this the last curtain call for the bad boy of hip-hop? This story has more layers than an onion, and each one is more spicy than the last. There is no doubt that this is far from over, so buckle up, Buttercup. The streets are watching, the industry is holding its breath, and I'll be here spilling all the piping hot tea as it happens. This roller coaster journey through Diddy's empire is just getting started. Will he lose it all or pull off the comeback of the century? Bruce, pay attention because anything could happen in this Game of Thrones.
He learned. That's a learned behavior, bruh. Now, I'm not saying that he may have been doing a couple of things here and there with women, stuff like that in New York, but the things that there's talking about that he was doing, bringing in prostitutes to have sex with his girl and all that stuff like that, that was some crazy stuff to me, man. So I'm just looking at this whole thing, man, and you had asked me, and we don't have these conversations like most people do. We're gonna go back and you're gonna tell me what, we're gonna talk about this. You said, I'm gonna ask you how you feel, bruh. I don't want no man to ever go to jail and be leaving their kids behind, be leaving their family behind. You understand? But some dudes belong in jail based on what they do and how they do it. We know that to be true. And it's just this situation, man, when they get down to all the facts and all what happened, he may belong in jail, bruh. And that's not my doing. That's not Cassie doing. That's his doing and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him. You gotta realize, man, he learned from Andre Harrell. He learned from Russell Simmons. He learned from Clyde Davis. You understand? When those people are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs, they was heavy into beating women and doing things at that age, at that crazy stage, that's gonna make him think that he could get away with the same thing that they was getting away with back then. You understand? The things that he was saying, you know, the touchy-feely between two men and all that stuff like that, man. All that, he learned that from them dudes. When I told y'all the story, when me and my man went up to Russell Simmons and he had a house and he had a man in bikini drawers in his bedroom, in his bed. You understand? Bruh, this is that he learned. I'm assuming he learned it from them. Let me put that. And I'm not gonna say alleged because I saw that for my own self. My man was with me, Slick was with me, and we saw that for our own self. You understand what I'm saying? So these are behaviors and things that with drugs and all the stuff that's going on, pills, drinking, it can make this man into a monster, and that's what it did, bruh. It made him into a monster, bruh. I personally feel like he got a lot of the things that he did from his mentor, and then he probably did it to the 10th power. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he was a drug abuser. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he used to put his hands on women. So it's a learned behavior, bruh. Some of that stuff may be in him through his childhood. Through his childhood, he may have some of that things in him, but a lot of things that he was doing was a learned behavior, bro. You just don't, You just don't just turn it in a matter of years the way he was doing people, man. You understand? Check this out, bro. He led Biggs to his death. He caused a rift between Wolf and BMF that led to Wolf death. Cussed Wolf mother out. Lied about owing him $300,000. Cause you had asked me how I feel, and I'm gonna get into how I feel. Took a good friend of ours who raised money when he had the City College tragedy. A good friend of ours did things to make him popular in Harlem. Let him hang with us, be part of our crew the whole 9 yards. Disrespected him and wouldn't help him. This is how I feel about him being locked up and going to jail. Some people, their karma is so strong for what they do and what they did. The stuff that he did to Craig Mack. You understand what I'm saying? The stuff that he did to Black Rob and all those people in the spiritual world right now. His karma was about to catch up and was bound to catch up with him. You understand what I'm saying? His karma was bound to catch up with him, brother. So all these things that's going on right now, the learned behavior, what he got from these people who was not living spiritually correct with their behaviors and the things that they've done, he go and transfer and do that to people with the fact of all these people that he's hurt, that always helped him and been on his side and been there for him. What's happening to him now is one of the greatest tragedies that we're gonna ever read about, bruh. This is going to be one of the greatest tragedies that Shakespeare couldn't write in Richard. He couldn't write it in Macbeth. He couldn't write this shit in Romeo and Juliet. This is going to be one of the greatest tragedies of hip hop, along with Pac's death, along with Big's death. And he brought it on himself because he knew that he was wrong, and he knew that he learned something that wasn't right. He know different from right and wrong, bro. You have a way to change. You know when something is right and when something is wrong, and you know if you wrong, you get help. He didn't choose none of that, bro. He chose to be who he is, and now he gonna learn. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Okay, so we've been on a crazy journey from the penthouse to the big house, and Diddy's story is more dramatic than a telenova marathon, ranging from living big to revealing secrets behind bars. The big question is whether this is the cost of fame or if Diddy simply flew too close to the sun. It's like witnessing a king lose his crown in real time. One thing is certain though, this story is far from over. You never know what bombshells will be revealed next. So keep your eyes and ears open because I'll be back with all the juicy details. This tea is still brewing, and you know it's going to get even hotter. The streets are talking, phones are snitching, and careers are hanging by a thread. Honey, you won't want to miss a single sip of this steaming hot tea as the Diddy drama saga continues.